I remember so well. I remember years and years ago. I mean, this is probably going on 30 years ago, and listening to a sermon, and the pastor, he had said, yeah, you know what? Imagination, it's what connects heaven and earth. And he drew kind of earth, imagination, heaven, and the idea that was a big connector between the two. And I think that's really true. Like if we're sitting here on earth and we want to sort of think towards heaven, and heaven not kind of there and then, but kind of a here and now, and how do we connect the two together? I think there's beauty in really saying, yeah, that's imaginative. The imaginative level of our mind is so key to that. And then there's a shift as well. The imagination of heaven. That imagination does work this way. But as in heaven, so upon the earth. That heaven is asking us, God is asking us to reimagine the world in very unique ways. Do not remember the former things or consider the things of old. I'm about to do a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it? I will make a way in the wilderness. Also, sometimes that's translated a road. And rivers in the desert. I'm about to do a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it? I mean, that's it right there. Now, what is this new thing per se? Well, I think, folks, it's this idea of God's Spirit, and this idea of this beautiful line here, that it's about a new spirit, a new heart within you. A new heart, a new spirit within you. And when you look at this beautiful passage, again, this comes out of Ezekiel. You look at this beautiful passage, next slide, please. This beautiful passage where it talks about it, it's the within you, it's a new spirit. It's God's Spirit within you. A new heart, a new spirit, and it's God's Spirit within you. It's this oneness of life that we all share. A real simple definition of when we get a new heart, we start to allow God to recreate our lives, is we put together goodwill, really important, goodwill, huge one, and faith and trust. We wish well for other people, and we trust that God's here too. Wish well for other people, trust that God is here too. We allow those to come together. I could hear that in Sue's voice. Goodwill and faith coming together in spades. And what we start to understand there, and this is going to sound a little awkward because the pronoun's a little awkward, but I like the way this one author phrased it. She said, what we will find is we will find a service, not a power. Like, you don't go around like this finding a power. It's not like a superhero movie, per se. There aren't sort of bad guys to slay. There's not monsters. There's bags. There's food. There's community. There's connection. There is hope, peace, joy, love. There's hope, peace, joy, and love. Only able to endure it by being no one, and so specifically myself, I thought I'd die from being loved like that. Oh, that is good. Sometimes poets can say things that words that regular prose never can. This poem says so much that way. I love that line. I just love it. That last line, so specifically myself, I thought I'd die. And it's only able to endure it by being no one, and so specifically myself. That's a very poetic description, I think, of the spiritual journey, of the Christian journey. We're in this huge paradox where the more we learn to rest and surrender into what is, into God, the more we find our own unique identity. And at the same time, lose the identity that we thought we have and that we fight so fruitlessly to preserve.